All right, y'all. Welcome. I just want to talk about caring. This video is about caring about everything because it's cool to care. It is not cool to not care. And if you think it is, you're wrong. Feel me? I've been through that. It's not cool to not care at all. It's cool to give all the F's about everything. So we're just going to talk about that. Ignore the hat. I am in the crib. I don't plan on going nowhere. But I don't got a cut right now. To you it might not look that bad, but I feel me, the hat just make me feel a little better, so I'm gonna just leave it on. Get y'all something to look at. But I want to talk about caring about everything, bro. I think caring about everything is the key to growth, because if you don't care, then you have no reason to grow, and then you just become static, and then you live in the same routine for the rest of your life, and then next thing you know, you dead. So not to, feel me, it does get like that. It does get like that. I promise it does. So yeah, care about everything. That's how you become better. That's how you reach new goals, reach new heights, have a fulfilling life with a lot of stories and lore. Feel me? That's what you want, bro. So if you don't care, start caring. Okay, and that goes for work, that goes for school. Those two specifically, because those are two things that are just inevitable that we cannot get past, bro. If you in the school stage right now, care about school, bro, because especially if you're just in college, like, feel me, you just going through it, bro, go through school, bro, and care about it too. If you're there right now, there's nowhere else that you can be. Okay, there's no point in not caring. Does that make sense? Like, it's almost like you're just wasting your time. So it's basically the whole grand scheme is, for me, whatever circumstance you may be in, you might be at a job you don't like. I'm talking about work too. You might be at a job you don't like, doing school that you don't want to do. You might be, I was gonna say you might be in a relationship. No, bro. If you're in a relationship you don't like, get up out of there, feel me? That's where all the growth finna happen, feel me? Get up out of there and then all the growth finna continue. But work and school, specifically, care. And then, more specifically, yourself. And by yourself, I mean your problems, internal problems, like things you might have to work with. Care about how much you care, right? If you realize you don't care, okay, assess, why don't I care? What is in me that's pushing me to not care about all this stuff, or just have a bad attitude, this, that, and the third? Caring about your mental, right? Caring about your physical, because those are intertwined, bro. If your physical's not good, your mental's probably not good either. And if your mental is not good, then that's going to correlate to your physical not being good. So make sure both of those are tied together. Make sure you're bettering yourself in both of those regards. And then at the same time, make sure you are teaching yourself stuff. Wait, before I even get there, honestly, I don't want to go too far because I have little pinpoints that I'm following right now. Work, school, feel me? Those are things that you're always going to be doing, so there's no point in not caring. And caring, you could get as much as possible from that stuff. I'm telling you, you can get so much from work from wherever you're working. You can get so much from school, wherever you're at school, whatever major you are. Even if you don't care about the academic part, really, even though you can learn a lot from the disciplines that come from always studying, being on schedule with your schoolwork, maybe getting ahead, feel me? You know you're going to do something down on the weekend, boom, getting stuff done earlier in the week, so then you could do that. Like, just accommodating for the schoolwork plus your outside schedule at the same time is a great skill. If these circumstances to you are negative and like they're affecting your way of thinking, and you're kind of blaming these things for the reasoning behind you not caring, or you like not having the energy to care, I just want you to understand that you can take control of your circumstances. And now when I say that, obviously, like, I don't live the most rigorous life, but say you do. I promise, put everything in perspective the correct way, and you can find a way. You can find circumstance to make what you want out of what you have. It might take time, it might take effort, but you can make what you want out of what you have 110%. I promise. That's a whole nother discussion. But I talked about that earlier. Just feel me, the if you want to, you would type of thing, and like us just having everything that we need in order to succeed. Just care enough to take control of your circumstance, right? And I think if you are like a victim type, if you just feel like everything is against you right now, or not even like that big of a scope, if you just feel like the way life is moving right now, with you in it, rather than, mind you, you supposed to be the one moving life into the way that you want it to be. Like, life just don't like come at you mad good and you like, no, bro. Like, if it worked like that, it would be 10 times easier. But you have to Okay, good life. Now, take that for granted, feel me? Don't take that for granted, sorry. Let that soak in your body and your mind. Enjoy that moment. Okay, boom. Grind back up. Go through whatever else I gotta go through. Oh, great moment. Feel me? You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to earn your good moments in this life. By earn, I mean you have to work for it. And by working for it, I mean getting yourself in that mindset, practicing whatever you have to practice with yourself, whether that be patience, it might be lust, might be a problem. It might be greed over money. It might be a eating disorder. It might be depression. Whatever it may be, you getting over small humps that have to do with those issues that you have is how you achieve the perspective of, wow, like this journey is so beautiful, and I love going through stuff to hit the great moments, like, so that you could even realize that it's a great moment, right? Because even small moments that you probably don't think are so good now, when you go through that rigorous time and really get through whatever, build up your mindset and become this better person, you'll gain the perspective of those smaller things being so huge, bro, like so big to you, and they mean so much. And yeah, bro, like, and all that comes from caring, right? Like I said, like, if you didn't care to better your mindset, and this isn't even to say, like, I'm not even speaking to, you don't have to be depressed, or you don't have to be like in some bad state of life or in your mind, like, to benefit from what I'm saying right now. Like, you could be static, you could be whatever, right? You could even be working toward something yourself. Caring deeply about what you want to do and what you want to achieve is how you get to wherever you want to get. Wherever you want to get, I promise that's how you do it. That's the exact road. If you go down the road of caring about your life, right? Setting goals, right? I'm just gonna hop into the how now, right? How do you care about everything? How do you care about your life? How do you care about bettering yourself? Set goals. Set goals. Set smart goals. I learned this in school. Smart goals is specific goals, measurable goals, attainable goals, time bound. That's the T. I skipped the R. But R stands for reasonable, or like relevant. Like, how is it relevant to you? Set these types of goals and genuinely seek to achieve them. Seek to go through the journey of achieving them, so that when you're done with the goal, not only do you reach this goal and you have that good moment that I was talking about, but you have so much more from the journey to take into the rest of your life, bro. And the changes from going through that journey stick with you. And now, like I said, like, you could take that on for the rest of your life, bro. Like, it's part of you now. You see what I'm saying? Like, you built up, you went through an arc and you built something up in you that's like, it's like a tat. It's literally like a tattoo. Like, think about it like that. Like, boom, go through this, tat. It's not actually a physical tat, but it's like a tat in your soul. You feel what I'm saying? Do that, feel me? Achieve goals, set goals. Think of life beyond yourself, right? It's not just okay, Kyle's locked in every day and that's all he care about is just Kyle becoming better. Because if that was really the case, I'd do everybody grease and I worry strictly about myself. And I'd probably be more up than I am now. But that's not what I care about at all. Like, I'm gonna be up regardless from me achieving and setting goals, from me thinking about other people, such as my family, friends, co-workers, even though they into the family friend part. I feel like for me, strangers, everybody, right? And I actually want to make a video on that. I think I'm not even gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna make the video, but stuff like that, right? Worrying about your well-being in this world, like, not necessarily thinking about how other people think of you, but thinking about how you're impacting other people. You feel me? You don't want to be a negative impact. Yes, you can be the person who's like, oh, like, I don't care what other people think about me. That's cool. But if you're impacting people in a negative way and you don't care, you see what I'm saying? Like, you need to care about that. And that's what I'm talking about. Care about everything. Set those goals. Care about others and your impact to others, but at the same time care about you. Feel me? If you feel good at the same time as you negatively impacting others, there's a contradiction there, and you need to figure out where your priorities are, because sometimes that can conflict. But at the same time, why is what you're doing that betters you negatively impacting others? It should not do that. It should not do that. So I definitely think that's another method to doing it. I would say journal. Don't bottle up. If journaling not your vibe, you want to talk to a camera, boom, talk to a camera. If journaling and talking to camera is not your vibe, boom, go to a loved one or friend and spill out what you got to spill, because a loved one or friend will listen to you. And if they don't, that's not your loved one or friend. What else, bro? don't consume too much and create. This is a big thing for me, and I think you guys should take it into account as well. We spend a lot of time consuming on social media and all types of media and just food even, and buying stuff and watching movies and all this types of consumption that we do, right? We have to learn to not strictly be consumers, bro. We have to create, we have to share, we have to learn, we have to do all these things to have a good life. You do not attain a good life from just consuming all day long, because consumption with no creation, you're literally just taking in. You're just taking in. You're not releasing nothing at all. And the stuff that you probably are releasing, like that energy that when you're talking to other people, all that, it's not to its best ability, and it's not probably the most positive stuff, because that's not what we consuming all day. We're consuming TikTok, like Instagram, comparison. If you are consuming all the time and you just consuming like stuff that you're interested in and stuff that inspires you, this, that, and the third, cool, good. Let's turn that into something. Like, let's do something with that, right? Let's not just consume all day and then go about our day-to-day life, going to our 9 to 5 or whatever time you work, and then coming home and doing jack squat. Like, let's not do that, bro. Let's transition it into something, bro. Let's create something. Let's be a part of something that has to do with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, just recently, mind you, like, I'm not even trying to, like, be, I don't even care what y'all think. I'm not trying to be performative or nothing. This is just me and what I care about. I took my social medias off my screen, home pages and all that. I can still access it mad easy. I just like take a couple extra scrolls, and then if I like look up the app, whatever. But I took that off because I'm trying to not consume as much. Not only for the reasons that I just said, but also just like to further my authenticity, like really figure out what I'm interested in rather than what is just being pushed to me from an algorithm. And then me assuming that's what I mess with because that's just what's being shown to me, because that's not how it works. So I took those off to really just consume way less, which it definitely works. Like I had like an hour limit on it before, and I would hit that limit basically every day. But obviously I haven't hit the limit now because I probably opened it up once just to see if I got notifications on the apps. If I don't got nothing, it's dead. All right, we off that and we back on Pinterest. I do consume on Pinterest, which I stand behind. Pinterest and YouTube, because one, YouTube is like longer form content, so it's way less brain rotting, and the stuff that I watch on YouTube is basically all just self-help, psychology, basketball, maybe like a video game or two. Like it's nothing like my content on like social medias. But in Pinterest is straight inspiration, like really what I like. Like my Pinterest is people I like, fashion I like, photography that I like, housing establishments that I like bedroom designs I like, all this different stuff. Like it's literally pure Kyle niche. I posted on my story the other day. It said how I learned this in school. Actually, it was part of my notes. It said niches. I gotta find it in my drawing because I need to make sure y'all know what I'm talking about. It says, niches don't exist, but are created. Bro, make your own niche, bro. Like, when I say I'm niche, it means I'm Kyle. Kyle is the niche. Make your own niche, bro. Be so niche in yourself. From that comes everything. Everything come from that. Everything. There is not a single thing that you will need if you're just fulfilling your own niche in everything. Care about making your own niche and make it a great niche, bro. Make it an impactful niche. Make it an ambitious niche. Make it a personable niche, bro. Like have all those great qualities within your niche of who you are. You can do that. Like I feel like, bro, I wish I could like really get to the nit gritty like and speak about this better, because I feel like I just be talking from like hypeness. Like I don't even really be like, I be trying to jot down the points, but it's like, bro, like there really is no specific way of how, my whole summary of how, besides like everything that I just said just now. Find your niche. right, of who you are, and then set goals in ways that will benefit that niche. Benefit as in continue to add great qualities to that niche of yourself. Continue to add those great qualities. Continue to add to that resume. Continue to experience, whether that be a bad experience or a great experience. And I say bad in quotations because it's only bad if you want it to be bad, bro. You decide whether an experience is a bad experience, oh my gosh, I'll never do that again, da 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 da, or wow, that sucked, but we here. like you can decide whether it's or it's okay word. You can decide whether it's okay word. It's your choice, bro. I promise. Everything comes down to that too, bro. And then just to top it off, mind you, I'm gonna chop this up. I'm gonna make it nice and good for y'all because I know I be chatting, I be pausing. Feel me? It's but I just want to say how not caring, right? If you saw this video, you was like, yo, he chatting, like, I am the way I am. Or like, oh, like, he's so chalant, like, he not even cool for real. Oh, like, caring is weird, like, I don't want to glaze, like, I don't want to look like a tryhard. This, that, and the third. If any of that went through your brain just now, you're ugly, you're weird. And I know I'm not supposed to be talking about people like that, you feel me? I know I'm not supposed to be talking about people like that, but not caring is ugly and weird. There's no reason for you to be going around acting like you're dumb cool to the point where you just don't like, oh, I don't care about nothing. Like, my feelings rock solid. I just care about myself, feel me? Like, I make bread. I got this, that, and the third. Like, I don't need no... It's not cool, bro. It's not cool at all. Do what you want, right? And then if you thinking about what other people think about you doing what you want, then you're not really doing what you want. You like, if you're doing what you genuinely want to do, right? Then what else? Like, what else matters? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. If you are doing what you want, what else matters? Do what you want, bro. And who cares about what anybody think? Do it extremely chalant. Do it extremely hard. Try extremely hard. Fail extremely hard. Because that bounce back... Everything happens on that bounce back, bro. And let's say you don't fail. Okay, then you succeed. If you don't fail, then you succeed. And if you fail, okay, we here. Like, it's that simple, bro. I'm not even going to keep talking because it's already 22 minutes. So I already went through the whole sticky note. And at the same time, I know I'm going to just keep blabbing my mouth. You could have got something from this video. And if you did get something from this video, I appreciate you for listening to me. Yeah, and I'm glad that I could get this video out for y'all. And I'm done chatting. So continue to go through 2026. Dumb lit. London viral movie in March. I know I said I was going to Germany, but Germany hit the fan. And I know I said I was probably going to do London in May. That don't hit the fan. I'm about to go London viral movie March. Be tuned for that. I'm about to post that probably the next video. So yeah, thank you.